Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put this out there. I hate putting this out there, but I'm gonna put it out there. And by the way, this is what I look like really in real life circumstances, at home, by myself, no makeup, hair looking like shit. I don't care. Um, this is something that has been bothering me for many years. I think ever since I was little, I'm only saying this because this is still going on. This is still like a problem for me. Ever since I was little, okay, I would meet a guy that I really like, and I would create certain fantasies or become obsessed with him. And I would tell myself that I'm good with just being friends, and pretend like I'm this cool, carefree girl, which I'm not at all, but I can put on a good show. And I've become really good at putting on a show because as a kid, I grew up with a lot of abuse in the family, but our family was really good at pretending like everything was fine behind closed doors. Sorry, no, behind to the pretend to the outside world that everything was fine. We did not talk about the abuse that was going on behind closed doors. That's what abusers do. They tell you, you say anything, I'll fucking hurt you, or I'll kill you, or, I'll beat the shit out of you. I will never love you again. Like if it's like, family members. Yeah, nice hair. you know, um, yeah. So you learn to keep a secret, like a dark secret. And to the outside world, you pretend like I'm good. But deep inside, you're just like, oh my God, this guy's so good. But he probably would never love me because, well, I'm a damaged person. That's what the message that my family taught me all my life. I have this dark secret that I have to keep a secret because that's what I was told to do. Who the fuck would ever love me, you know? And yeah, so I think ever since I was a kid, I would meet this like certain type of guys I've noticed that a lot of them fit that type. And and here I am, like we're hanging out just as friends, and I I can't even focus on our conversation because the whole time I'm just looking at them and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so in love. Oh my gosh, like I want to kiss him, you know, make love, whatever. He should be my husband. Like maybe we can have kids. Maybe we can travel together. And you just, you go on into some fantasy world because the reality is too painful. The reality of being your true authentic self and opening up and being vulnerable to a person because you feel like people, they will not accept you. You feel like, well, why the fuck would he ever want to be with me? Right? I was told I was unlovable. So therefore, you know, I am. I cannot have this person. They're unavailable to me, whether it is because they actually are or because they're unavailable to you in your mind. You think they're up here, they're on a pedestal, I'm down here, I'm a loser, I'm unwanted and unloved. And at the very least, this is what I've been learning because at some point in my life, after I quit drinking, when I was still sober because I relapsed last year. And actually I relapsed because of yet another relationship issue. But yeah, I started to realize that this is also an addiction that I have. Like I keep falling in love, at least it feels like love, but people say that it's just an addiction. Okay, I don't know. But I keep like falling for somebody I cannot have. And all it takes is for them to give me that small little hope, Like they'll say something like, well, I am in a relationship, but we're not quite happy. And I do like you. You seem nice. I like you. You have great personality. And for me, it's like, oh my God, thank you so much. Well, maybe he can leave his girlfriend or his wife for me, you know, or partner, whoever. Or it could be a person that's like, look, I'm not ready for a relationship. Like they could be single. I'm not ready for anything serious, but I do want to get to know you. Let's hang out more, one on one, and then they use you. They use you for your good heart. They use you for your vulnerability, your desperation. They love that you're in love with them. They love it. They do. They feed on that. A lot of these people are very insecure, or maybe they're not quite happy, actually not happy in their relationship, but can't leave. Maybe they're fucking narcissists. Last year I was involved with an actual narcissist, and he put me through a fucking ringer, let me tell you. I fell for him really hard. Was so in love, that's what I thought, and kept hoping. I kept hoping. I kept seeing him. I would block him, unblock him, and run right back to him. Me. He often didn't even. It was me. I was that addicted. I went to Kazakhstan just to get away from him. I mean, it wasn't just because of him. Obviously, I went to see my family. But I really was hoping that me going there, like, it was like a last minute decision. Like, I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? Like, I need to reconnect with my roots. I need to go see my family. I need to get away, as far away from this guy as possible. And I did. And, and he tells me, oh, send me pictures. And what do? I fucking fall for it. I'm like, oh, he's so interested in my life and my roots and my family. He wants to see my pictures. But really, it was a manipulation tactic. It was to keep me on the fucking hook. It was to keep me on the hook. Then I send him pictures and he like doesn't even bother to read my messages. And I'm like, did you not ask for this? Like, oh, sorry, I was busy. Oh, I'm so sorry that you weren't busy. Yeah, okay. I'm the bad guy here, you know? And, oh, and then he starts telling me, like, look, if you're gonna be acting like this, I will block you. But then they don't. They just threaten you. And I'm like, you know what, go fuck yourself. I blocked him. And then, but then I ran right back to him as soon as I came back from Kazakhstan. And I continued seeing him. But every time I saw him, I think he could tell that I'm more and more miserable. That I'm like, I guess, figuring things out at this point, and I'm drinking also and vaping. I picked up like super bad habits while I was in Kazakhstan. Um, yeah, yeah. And it took me another couple months after that to really to really solidify in my head that this guy doesn't give a shit about me. He never loved me. He always said he loved me, but like he never did. He basically kept using me and like dangling a carrot in front of my face by saying that I'm not ready for a relationship right now, but maybe in the future. I do love you. I care about you very much, and I do want to try to have something in the future with you. I want to travel with you. We would make future plans. He was from Guadalajara, and I really liked that city. I wanted to go there. I've been considering moving to Mexico for a while, so and we had a lot of like common friends, a lot of common interests, a lot of really cool. Like we would have a lot of deep conversations about spirituality and shit, blah 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 blah. But he tattooed my arm on my right side. Doesn't matter. But yeah, all of that was to make me his, to like mark his territory, keep me hooked to him, on him, whatever. Meanwhile, he never had any intention of being with me. He was I know he was talking to other women because I actually caught him doing so, but then he was like, oh no, I'm not doing it anymore, blah, 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 blah. Like, bullshit. Some people are very good liars, very, very good liars. And my issue is that I fall for it. But I'm starting to, like, again, I'm starting to, like, learn things. I'm starting to really realize I'm seeing signs of a narcissistic personality disorder and insecurities. And I'm also noticing my own behaviors, like what I do and why do I fall for it in the first place. And this self-awareness has saved me. It has saved my life, as fucked up as it may sound. But there were many times when I was abused so badly and manipulated so badly by these people, I didn't want to live anymore. I wanted to end my life. Or maybe I wanted to hurt them. And I could have gone to jail for it. Or there was one situation that I was in where, the guy that I was involved with was also physically abusive, and we ended up fucking fighting. We were on the floor. And I'm not gonna blame everything on him. I was responsible for some things as well. I would really, like, sometimes, what's the word? I knew how to press his buttons, because when you're in a toxic environment, you kind of turn toxic too sometimes. And yeah, so there we were on the floor, and he pinned me down, and I couldn't breathe, and I thought I was gonna die. I thought, this is it. I'm never gonna see my son again. It was like the scariest moment of my life, and I kept asking him, like, to please let me go, and he wouldn't. And I just tried to calm down and stay as quiet as possible. And it was so difficult to breathe, so difficult to breathe. But I was just like, okay, if I calm down, then it'll be a little bit easier to breathe. So that's what I did. And I guess when he saw that I was okay, he finally did let me go. And I just ran away from him, and I needed water. It was like really dry. This was in Mexico. Yeah, really good memories. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah. This has been a problem for me all my life. Most of my life. And I'm going into therapy for this. I am in therapy, sorry, for this actually. But I just started this year. Last year, was it last year? Yeah, last year I went to like a 12-step program for this as well. I realized the 12-step programs are not exactly for me. There was a lot of issues. I had a sponsor, blah, 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 blah. We didn't get along. But like, I've been reading podcasts, watching YouTube videos, like reading books on this topic. I've been really educating myself and really trying to, like, stay safe and, like, be honest, be transparent about it with people, but only people that I can trust. Because, of course, here's the thing. Anytime you're struggling, there's gonna be those assholes that are like, okay, yeah, I'm here for you. You can talk to me anytime. I care about you. Meanwhile, like, as soon as you go away, they're just like, oh my God, she's fucking crazy. Let me tell you all the gossip. I've had friends like that. And by the way, if anybody watching this video is thinking the exact same thing, like, you can talk shit about me behind my back, guess what? Go fuck yourselves. You can. That's on you. You can say anything you want about me. I am sharing this for 2 reasons. 1, because I am a genuine, honest person and I want to get better. 2, I do hope to help other people that are struggling with this. True, genuine friends And the reality is, over the years, whenever I've shared any of my struggles, whether it was with addictions or mental health or weight or whatever, I did have a lot of, or abuse, childhood abuse or abuse in the relationships. I have had a lot of people reach out to me, usually by private messages, because people don't want to put that out there, saying, you're really brave for sharing this. And thank you so much, because now I don't feel alone. And that's the reality. We don't have to suffer through this alone. We can, the opposite of addiction is connection. We can fight through this and figure this out together. Here's the thing. Addiction is always going to be there. We're always going to have some form of problems, right? Nobody's perfect. You can't just like one day, just get better. You can't. But when you have support, when you have people that love you and understand you, and when you or are going through the same thing, then at least you don't feel alone, and it can help. It can help in our healing. So I think I'm gonna end this video for now. It's 16 minutes long. That's pretty long. Most of you probably didn't watch the whole thing, which is fine. But yeah, I just thought that I would put this out there, share it, and not hold this inside. I am going through another situation like this where, it happens to me often. I was rereading my diaries and I was like, oh shit. I felt the same way about that person that I do about this person now, thinking that they're, oh my God, he's like the best guy in the world. And the reality is, a lot of these people really are amazing people, very talented, very good looking. They have something in them that makes them outstanding, let's just say. But still not within reach for me. Still some kind of issues. We cannot be together. The dreams I have are just my fantasies, and I have to still continue focusing on my own life. There's a lot of things that I've been trying to accomplish, and some of them are not going too well, and yeah, at the end of the day, addiction is addiction. It has negative consequences, and it affects your life, and it disrupts you from your life goals. It disrupts you from who you are as a person. And we have to remember to go back to that, to go back to who are you really? What do you really want out of life? And it's difficult, let me tell you. And sometimes you have to cut these people out of your life. Sometimes you have to block them. And it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks sometimes. Or you have to unfriend them, or you have to restrict them, or you have to avoid them as much as possible. Whatever you have to do for your own healing, it's not about them. It fucking sucks. I'm sure it can be really confusing for them. Why is she doing that? Why would she become obsessed with me all of a sudden? But they don't know. They don't understand what's going on in your mind, that you have been damaged at your core as a child. They don't know that you've created some kind of fucking weird fantasies about them, and you're sitting there at home crying like, but I can't have him. It's so beautiful. Yeah, and then you're like, oh, I have to block you. I have to delete you. And yeah, they think why? What the fuck? Or sometimes they don't think. They don't give a fuck. They're just like, okay, sure, whatever. So whatever you have to do in your healing, maybe your healing involves creating ridiculous videos like this for people, to share with other people. Okay, now it's at 20 minutes. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, bye.